It seems like every time I turn around on the black internet, I'm hearing a black woman tell another black woman to leave black men alone and literally go get a white man. Because white men are the best option for black women. Let them tell it. But you never hear the cases of when white men abuse black women, such as what we heard a few years ago with the Leah Taylor. Do you remember what Chad Wheeler, the football player, did to his black girlfriend that night? I know, it's hard to forget those things. Instead of just worshiping Zaddy all day, not holding him accountable for when he makes mistakes. But there is at least one situation in which that happened, and we're talking about famous comedian here, Gary Owens. You see, he was married to his black wife, Kenya Duke, for over 20 years. And they have 2 beautiful children together, a son and a daughter. But of course, his ex-wife went to the media calling out her husband for cheating, and the two have been in a bitter divorce and child support battle ever since. And if you know anything about this, it has gotten ugly, especially from her side. And she's the one that filed for divorce, but still she found out that everything which glitters ain't gold. I guess white wasn't always right for her. But Gary Owen talked about the fact that since he's divorced, he and his kids have not been at good terms, and he wants to have a relationship with his kids, but he's having issues. Listen to this clip.
Most of the time, I keep my personal life personal. I've learned that through the divorce. Try to keep it personal. As a lot of people know, I haven't seen my kids in almost 3 years or spoken to them since the divorce, and I understand they're just, I guess, healing in their own time. And I try to reach out and I try to see them, but it just hasn't worked out yet. I'm gonna go to my daughter's graduation next month at North Carolina A&T. So I'm just gonna go by myself. Not gonna try to how can I put it? Not gonna try to make it awkward for her because it is her day. So I'll probably just fall back, and then I don't want that to be the time for us to reconcile. Hopefully, when I was in San Jose, I found out where my son worked, and so I stopped by his work just to see him. Not that he would see me; I wanted to see him. He's teaching kids how to swim. I go to his job, and I went there Thursday hoping he would be there, but he wasn't. But I found out he was coming in the next day. And it was interesting because when I came in Friday to go to his job, my whole goal was just to see him and to hear him, because I haven't been in his presence in like 3 years. So when I got there, like, one of the other swim instructors came up and they was like, "Hey, are you Austin's dad?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I thought it was kind of odd because I was like, I figured he would have, I don't know. I guess people know we haven't talked, especially if you're in his social circle. And he goes, "You want me to get him?" And I was like, no. And then, because I didn't want to invade on his space, basically. And then he said, "Oh, he's right there." He said he's back in the locker room. He goes, "Oh, he's right there at the pool. He's already in there teaching kids how to swim." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I went and I watched him. And the thing is, he's not on social media, so I haven't seen a picture of him or videos of him or just to see how he's changed in 3 years. So it was the first time I'd seen him, and I just felt all the way. I blended in with the other parents watching their kids swim. And as I'm watching them, oh my God, this delivery guy walked in and he was like, "Yo, are you Gary Owen?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he could tell I was being polite, but hey, not now was probably the vibe I was getting off. He goes, "Oh, is your kid out there?" And I said, Yeah. I'm sure he thought little kid was out there, not one of the instructors. So I said, Yeah. He goes, "All right, man, I'll leave you alone, man. Nice meeting you." I said, "All right." And then, but I just got to sit back and I got to watch him, and I took some pictures for my own use, just because I hadn't seen him in forever. It was just cool to see him in that environment, being patient, being kind, he was just in his element with the kids. I saw how they were excited when they saw him, because he was always I wasn't sure how he was doing. I know he took the divorce hard, but I wasn't sure. Like, I can track my daughter by going to her college's website, and she's always on like magna cum laude list. She's very smart, so I can kind of from afar see how she's doing. But my son, I just really couldn't I didn't know, I just haven't seen anything. I haven't seen a video or picture or nothing in almost 3 years. So it was funny because not funny, but I parked across the street and I just sat, and then I saw him walk in, and it was all just luck. I was there for like an hour and I saw him walk into his job, and I went, oh man, that's him. And I knew immediately when I saw him. And then I was able to blend in with all the other parents. And then, it was just, I got to hear his voice. I got to see him in his element, and I got to see that he was all right. So that was important to me. So I don't know if he ever saw me. I don't know if, I just don't know. There was a couple of times I thought we were going to make eye contact, but it didn't happen. But I was kind of like standing behind a column because he was at work. So I didn't want to be that dad just showing up unannounced. But it's also like, when am I going to see him? So I just blended in, and I remember I was almost paralyzed. Like, I couldn't leave. I was there for like a couple hours just watching him help these kids learn how to swim. But it was just cool just to see him, just being. I think that's what you want as a parent. Just your kids to be productive members of society, not getting in trouble, liked by people. And he was just, it was cool to see. So hopefully we'll get to talk soon. But yeah, it was just cool. I was debating whether to do it. Even the only few people that knew I went, my manager was like, you sure you want to do this the day you're special? And I said, yeah. And she goes, all right. She goes, I just don't want you to get emotionally, in a different place and da-da-da. And I was like, no. I said, this is what we do. As comedians, we always compartmentalize. We always are dealing with stuff, and then you get on stage and you just got to be funny. And she goes, oh, I don't know. And my manager even says, she goes, I don't know why you even brought that up. She goes, of course. That's what you guys do. But it was, he was on my mind though after I saw him, because I was like, man, I wanted to go back Saturday and Sunday, but I didn't know if he was going to be working and if I could sit outside and luck of the draw, he would show up again. So, but it was cool. It was cool just to see him, just to be in his presence, just to almost feel him a little bit, to be in his energy, feel his energy. So it was cool. It'd been a while, but man, he had a big old mustache, big old goatee now, and hair was kind of long. But he's a tall dude because he's in the pool. He's leaned down, but then would stand up. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how tall he is. But yeah, I hope we talk soon. But it was cool just to see him, even from afar, I should say. But yeah. It was cool.
But Kenya Duke has responded to this. She is not upset. She said, you don't seem to have any empathy for their feelings. You have done some foul things, but I still greet you with a smile. In conversation, I try to keep us focused and on track so we don't resort to blame and finger pointing. I remind them of your birthday and Father's Day. I encourage them to give you a second chance. I share info with you about them because I would hope that if the tables were turned, you do the same. And then you come to the internet with the video of the result, but not the reason. I just don't understand how this helped anything. At this point, I don't know what to believe or how to deal with you. She also posts this. All kids want their parents to be happy. When you come to the internet and tell only half the story for sympathy, so what did you do? How did y'all get here? If you wanted healing, you could have reached out to a family therapist text or sent this video directly to them. Now again, this lady has been coming onto the internet saying all of their business. I really don't hear the guy responding a lot. But again, if this is true, this black woman is saying that this white man is a deadbeat dad, despite the fact that he pays a lot of alimony and whatever support to her. But she's saying that, hey, this white man cheated on her, possibly with another black woman. So what I want to know from black women is, where are y'all reports on this? If she's telling the truth, because the sisterhood ain't gonna lie, they not gonna go over to white zaddy and lie on him, where is y'all receipts? I mean, is this a white man that y'all talking about that is cheating on his black woman? I thought that's what y'all wanted, a white guy who would love you because only black men cheat. White men don't cheat. The reality is that a white man can cheat, a black man can cheat, a black woman can cheat, a white woman can cheat. Everybody can cheat. Just because a person is white, don't make it right. All right? Just because a person is black, don't make it whack. Sorry, I'm trying to rhyme here. But the situation is, anybody can make mistakes. And what she's trying to say is, he's a liar, he's a deadbeat dad, and he's white. That's what she's saying. So where are y'all at with this now? of course, you're never going to hear them say anything about it. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.